There's a smile. You like farming? Yeah? Well, good morning everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So I'm on my way out to Grandpa's with the wagon and the 574. We're going to switch to beans today. We need this wagon because we have to put a clean out load of seed beans in it. And then we're going to use the 574 on the auger. Headed that way. It's pretty dry this morning. There was a nice breeze overnight, not a lot of dew, so we should be able to get started pretty early. This tractor goes way faster than it should. It feels like I'm going like 25, 30 miles per hour. Maybe because it's such a small tractor, but the steering isn't exactly tight on it. So it's a little bit of a fun ride. Made it out here to Grandpa's. I'm gonna get the combine started up. We gotta clean it out a little bit before we do our seed beans. That's what we're gonna start on. Just basically gotta blow the corn to the bottom of the grain tank and run it out the auger. And then open up the bottom underneath the clean grain elevator. Dump any of that corn out. Dump the tailings, all that good stuff. Make sure we're fairly cleaned out. We still do kind of a purge load. That's why we brought that wagon. We'll harvest a little bit of soybeans, put them in the wagon. That'll be kind of our clean out load, and then we'll put the rest in the bin. Get out of there. I'll hold it up. Okay. Drop it and jump all the way. All right, combine's cleaned out best we can. Now what do we got to do? Set up the auger. Set up an auger. Baby tractor gets auger duty today. Think it'll handle that 60-foot 10-inch auger? It ought to. Alright, change of plans already. I know, it's shocking. So, the 574 is making a weird knocking noise sound when the PTO is engaged, and we don't like it. Huh? Oh well. So we're gonna go home and get the 1206. Grandpa's 4320 is here, but it's got a hydraulic oil leak. Everything's broken. So, we just need a tractor to run the auger. That's okay. We gotta go back and get the truck anyway, the semi, and yeah, hopefully we can get started here pretty quick.
I think we're almost ready to go. I haven't been filming because not a whole lot's been going right. So we kind of decided last minute yesterday on Sunday that we were going to cut beans today, so we didn't really have anything ready. And we kind of assumed, like any normal fall day, that there would be a dew in the morning and we'd have plenty of time to get stuff ready, and then beans would go after lunch. But beans were basically ready this morning at like 8 o'clock. So we are trying to get everything rolling. We got the combine head hooked up, combine's cleaned out, everything's ready to go. I'm moving down to the field now. Dad is cleaning out our dump trailer because we have to use it for seed beans, and he had some trouble with the garden hose. So I guess a tree frog climbed into his, sorry, I'm trying to get around a tree. A tree frog climbed into his garden hose nozzle and he couldn't get it out. Has that ever happened to anyone? And of course it had to happen today, but whatever, we're doing our best. So about the only thing we got left to get ready is that dump trailer. He should be ready soon. Now we'll see if I can get across this bridge. It's a little tight, but I think we're good. Alright, we made it. I think I got all my combine settings right. We're going to dive in here. There's a 33-acre field here, and then a 33-acre field at the other end of the farm. So these look like they're the most ready. We're going to try it here. Alright, so I am going to engage the head really fast and then shut it off and make sure the sickle's alright, because I adjusted all those hold downs and I'm hoping none of them are too tight. So we'll do this real quick. Everything looked good. What do you guys think? I guess we'll go for it. I do need to set my Hydroflex pressure. So, let's see, how do I do that? Set this on the ground. 1800, yeah, we don't need that much. We're gonna go to about 1300. All right, it's always a little nerve-wracking diving into the first field of beans because it seems like it takes a little while to get them to go right. So we're just gonna dive in and see what happens. There we go. All right, well, it's kind of working. What do we got here? Reel needs to go down a little. Yep. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna take a minute to figure out what I'm doing, and then I'll get back to you guys. So, don't forget to shut your rock trap. I think we're ready now. All right, let's see if I can hit this little wagon. Bingo. All right, so what that is, we call it a purge. It you harvest a little bit of soybeans and it helps clean out the rest of the combine if there's any corn or cockleburrs or whatever, the stuff they don't want for seed beans. They said harvest like 75 or 100 bushel, put in a wagon, just keep that separate. So now our combine should be good and clean, and we can roll. All right, we're rolling here. We got 12 acres done so far, so we're almost half done with this field already. Going really good so far. The beans are 10 to 11%, so a little bit drier than we'd like, but there's not much we can do about it. The weather's dry and they're going to be dry. So I'm actually able to go at a pretty good clip. I'm going about 4 to 4.2 miles per hour. Normally I can run about 3.5, but everything's just going good this year. Not bad for an old worn out auger header. Yeah, these beans, they don't look like much. They're only about 1.5 feet tall and they're pretty thin, but they're actually yielding decent. So I'm surprised and pleased. These are Dad's beans. We haven't gotten into mine yet. So this was the first field we planted, I think. No, second field we planted, and I think, so we planted that first field too thick with the air seeder, then we turned it down, and I think we turned it down too much. So these beans are really thin, population I mean, but they must have had a good summer weather pattern, and they filled out good, and they're yielding pretty good, so I'm happy. We're not using a grain cart because these are seed beans and we don't want to handle them any more than we have to and start cracking them, especially when they're 10% or less. They crack pretty easy, so it slows things down a little bit, but in the end it's worth it because they'll dock pretty hard for cracked beans. Well, we got the first field knocked out. It yielded better, actually a lot better than I thought it was going to, so happy with that. Hooked a tree branch on the way back to the farm. Get rid of that. I got a little bit in the grain tank. Dad's dumping the truck. We're gonna let him get empty and we will dump this in the truck and go to the next field. Alright, we're about half done with this field. I had to get out and stretch my legs. So, one of the things we really have to watch for in seed beans is cockleburs. We have a little bit of a cocklebur issue in this field. Cockleburs, if I can grab one without getting stabbed. This is a cocklebur. They're really pokey and they'll stick you, but they float. So what happens is you get a big rain and they all float to the low spots, and then if the beans aren't already gone, they will choke out the beans and overtake them. But they do not want any cockleburs in our seed bean sample, which seems crazy to me. You would think a seed that big that floats would be easy to clean out, but I guess since it's a noxious weed and they don't want to spread it, they don't want any cockleburs in. So we really got to watch out for them. There's a little bit of beans over there along the ditch. It wasn't wide enough for me to go through with the header, so I had to turn sideways and kind of scoop them up a little bit. Try not to get any cockleburs. I mean, I think it's inevitable that you're probably gonna get a cocklebur here and there, and that might be okay, but I try to go around them. Even if I see one plant in the middle of the field, I'll stop and cut around it, just because I don't want to risk losing our premium and losing the money that we're gonna make off these seed beans. So yeah, there's this spot, and then there's a couple other spots on the end rows there that we got to go around. But yeah, it's going good so far. Yields are pretty decent. Pretty pleased with the yields. Yeah, going good. Gonna keep rolling though. Alright, so I just can't tell if this is a rock or a pile of dirt. It looks like a pile of dirt. I'm going along the border here, and it seems like a lot of times you have trouble with it pushing along the edges just because it's not flat and even like the rest of the field. So you gotta pay a little extra attention. The other thing I forgot to mention about cockleburs when I was talking about that earlier, it is kind of nice that they all float to the low ground when you're doing seed beans, because then they're all in one spot and you generally don't have to worry about them as much in the middle of the field because they all go to the low spot. You will have a few here and there, so you always got to keep your eye out. But done with this field. So, I actually already recorded this clip, but the file corrupted. I don't have very good luck with GoPros, so I don't know if it's just this one or if it's all of them, but like I already said, we're done with this field. We're gonna stick the head on the trailer, dumping what I got left in the truck. We're gonna stick this in the bin. Thankfully it all fit in one bin, so we didn't have to move the auger and then put just a little tiny bit in another bin. So we're gonna go to the next field now. Garrett. Hey.
Garrett.
Hey, buddy. Are you tired? Or are you just too intrigued? Someone's a little camera shy. Hey, buddy. Are you ready to go farm? Hi, Garrett. Hi. You got stuff all over your face. What's that all about? Food? Dog hair?
You're playing on the mat.
Maria came out with Garrett. Garrett, this is your first combine ride, and it's on camera. You're gonna be famous. He's more worried about what's going on. He knows we gotta watch the header in case it starts pushing, because it's getting late. He already knows that. He's very advanced for his age. Right, buddy? It's like, Dad, focus. Pay attention.
Garrett. Hey, you're keeping your eye on it.
Maybe I should have him with me all the time. Right, bud?
Huh, buddy? Garrett, what do you think? Are you watching Dad drive?
He's pretty intrigued.
Are you going to be the next operator?
You don't know what's going on, do you?
Mama drove last year. Are you going to drive this year? Maybe next year? Okay.
Are you farming? Can you smile? There's a smile. You like farming? Yeah? I better pay attention here. I'm gonna make a mess. Alright, that's gonna do it for tonight. Maria brought me lunch. Brought Garrett out for his first combine ride, so that was pretty exciting. But we are done for the day. We got the truck full. We got basically 80 acres done today, so that's a pretty good day. That's kind of what I shoot for, 80 acres a day during harvest. That's pretty good for us. So we are gonna hit it again tomorrow. We got to move the auger. These are my seed beans. We got Dad's done, so we got to move to a new bin for mine, and we're gonna hit it again tomorrow. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, the like button, hit the subscribe button. See you on the next one.